Hello and welcome. I'm Natalie. Let's talk about money. So let's just be honest. Most people will stay broke. And it's not an insult, it's just a fact of the world today. So why is that? Is the system rigged? Are rich people lucky? We talked about that the other day. Rich people, it's not just luck. Or is there something deeper that's actually going on? So today I'm going to break down some of the kind of what we could consider hard truths about money that most people refuse to face because people just want to stay blind to it. So if you're tired of struggling or you really are having trouble, you do need to hear this. So let's go ahead and go talk about it. So here's the harsh reality. The truth is brutal. It really is. Most people are stuck in a cycle of financial struggle and they'll never escape it. Mostly because they don't know how. But the system isn't designed to make you rich, basically. It's designed to keep you comfortable enough to keep working. The man wants you to keep working, okay? So if you're living paycheck to paycheck, that's not an accident. It's an actual plan. It's actually been ingrained into your mind ever since you were a small child. So here's the kicker. It's not just the system keeping you broke. It's actually you as well. So I've got, how many? 5 different truths about being broke, staying broken, and thinking about being broke. Okay. So the first one is you having a poor money mindset. Poor money mindset. And poor is a difficult word for me. I consider people broke when they don't have money. The poor mindset is that you are stuck in a mindset of you'll never have money, you don't know what to do with money, you'll always be broke, all the things. That's the poor mindset. So most people think that they want to be rich, but then they don't act like it in any way. They waste time in things that don't make any money. They complain about prices instead of finding ways to afford things. And they focus on saving pennies instead of earning dollars. So that's a broke mindset, a poor mindset. So here's the thing. Wealthy people focus on making money, not just saving it. You have to make it in order to be able to make more of it and save more of it, invest more of it. So if your goal is only to not be poor, then basically you'll never be rich. You need to shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance because abundance is where the magic happens. And it's not about being stingy. It's not about being greedy. It's just about planning your life out so that your life you can live in abundance. Okay. Now, truth number 2 is that you trade your time for money. Now, of course, all of us, we don't have to work. That's a lie. Of course, most of us work and have a regular job of some sort that we go to every day. So most people are trapped in this time for money type of cycle. So you work an hourly job or you work a salary job and you get paid, but the moment you stop working, you stop earning. So the moment you get fired or you quit, you earn no more money. So that's why the rich focus on building assets instead of going to work and earning a paycheck. So things that make money basically for them, whether they work or not. So I can make money on, for example, if you're a full-time YouTuber, you can make money on videos that you created years ago as long as you're monetized and just let them stay out there in the world. That is like a passive income. Having to clock in every day at a clock or at a punch-in clock? Do they still have that? Anyway, having to do that, that's where you're trading your time for money. So if you only make money when you work, you'll always be stuck because you always have to go to work in order to get more money. So instead, you need to focus on trying to build passive income. Investments, businesses, stocks, real estate, all of the stuff that can happen in the background while you're doing other things. Things that basically just keep making money even while you sleep. Those are the passive income ideas. And I did make a video about this. It's been a few weeks now. I'll try to link it down below. I never remember to include links, but I'll try to link it down below so that y'all can go check out some of the ideas for passive income. Now be sure to give the video a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell so you know when the next video comes out. So let's get back to what we were talking about. So truth number 3 is that you spend like you're rich, but you're not. So most people stay broke because they try to look rich instead of becoming rich. There's a difference in looking rich, becoming rich, being rich. There's a difference. Stop trying to look like you're rich. And they finance expensive cars and they buy the latest iPhone and, flex all this on Instagram, all while drowning in debt. Now, if you can purchase the new iPhone and you can purchase the fancy car with cash, then you're good to go. If you have to finance these items, that means you can't afford these items. When I go to buy a new phone, it drives me crazy when they tell me, well, you can get this phone for just $25 a month. Yeah, I can if I want to have that phone for the next 3 years and pay on it for the next 3 years. Or I could just buy it today and throw it away whenever I want to throw it away, or switch services whenever I want to. It drives me crazy. Don't do that. Pay cash. Don't finance stuff. Okay, sorry for the rant. Okay, moving on. So that basically, the rich, they don't waste money on liabilities. They buy assets first and then luxuries later, those liabilities later. When you're paying cash for something, it's no longer a liability because it's not costing you anything anymore. You already spent the money, it's already gone. So it's no longer a liability like having a loan on a car or a loan on student loans or a loan on jewelry or whatever else. Okay. Now, if you're making $50,000 a year, but you're spending like you make $100,000 a year, you're setting yourself up for failure. And you would know this if you did a budget. If you don't do a budget, you won't even know that you're spending like you make $100,000 a year. You may not even know that. So doing a budget will help you reel it in and ensure you're not spending more than you're making. So basically just get your priorities straight. Wealth isn't about how much you make. It's about how much you keep and how much grows. Those are the things that we need to focus on. I like a fancy car. And so I'm going to keep a fancy car, but I'm not going to finance a fancy car. And I am going to continuously put money into some sort of investment, multiple investments actually, because I want to be wealthy. Rich is a strong word to me. So I don't want to, that's the wrong word. I don't need to be a millionaire. When I retire, I will need $1 million in my retirement account. I will need that. So at that point, then I would be a millionaire. Now, truth number 4 is that you don't invest at all because you're scared. Now, being scared of investing is crazy because when you are keeping money, if you're only keeping it in a bank account or you're only keeping it in a box in the backyard like we talked about the other day, that money is actually losing money because of inflation. So if you are investing that money is now making money for you. It's passive income. It's making you money. It's not going to be millions and millions unless you have lots invested, but it is passive income that's making you money. So most people don't invest because they're actually afraid. I know that my grandmother, when my grandfather on my mom's side passed away, my grandmother was very concerned because she wasn't sure what to do with all the investments that they had. And so she was one of these that was just scared. Thankfully, she didn't dump anything, but she had to go get some learning, get some help, and figure it out. And so people that don't like to invest, they just think it's too risky. But realistically, as I said, not investing is actually the biggest risk because inflation is just eating your money while you're letting it sit in that bank account. And meanwhile, the rich are doubling, tripling their wealth through investments and through, whatever investment it is. It could be the stock market, it could be real estate, it could be small businesses that they own. They're just doubling and tripling their money that way. That's what the rest of us need to do. Those of us that aren't considered rich, whatever you consider rich to be, that's what we need to do. And people also get real sensitive about the word rich. When I speak about rich, I'm talking about money. I'm not talking about the wonderful person you are and the great personality you have and all that stuff. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about dollars. I'm Natalie. Let's talk about money. Remember that. Okay, moving on. Truth number 5. You blame others instead of taking responsibility for yourself. So realistically, the system is tough. It just is. So wages are low, rent is high, mortgages, interest rates are high, financial education is at its all-time highest, I think. And there's nothing that you can do seemingly that's quick and easy to fix any of this. It's work. You have to work. So here's the truth. Staying broke is still your responsibility. No matter how difficult it is to not be broke, it is your responsibility to take on that burden and get out of debt or just not be broke. No one is coming to save you. And again, I talked about this the other day as well. There's no one that's coming to save you. No politician, no boss, no relative, no perfect opportunity. You have to do it yourself. You have to save yourself. So, in the end, excuses don't pay bills. They just don't. No matter what excuses you can come up with, you can make a whole list of 100 different excuses on why you can't do this and why you can't do that. But the moment you stop blaming and start taking action, everything changes. Stop making that list of what's wrong and what the problems are, all the excuses on why you can't become wealthy. So in the end, here's what you need to do. We need to escape the broke cycle. It's just a cycle. It's the hamster on the hamster wheel. It's that cycle. We got to get out of that cycle. So we've talked about the truths. Now here's some of the changes that you can take to change your situation. So first and foremost is just to fix your mindset. Remember, don't have that poor mindset. Stop thinking like a poor person. Start thinking in terms of abundance and opportunity. Don't think about the right now. Think about the future. Think about the abundance and the opportunities in the future. And stop trading time for money. We all have to have jobs. Yes. Well, we don't all have to have jobs. That's a lie. But we all probably are going to have jobs. So that's fine. But stop flexing for people who don't care. So stop trading time for money. So start a side hustle, invest, or build a business. When you build a business, then you're responsible and you get to, benefit from those profits that you've created. And then next, you do literally have to live below your means. Stop flexing for people who don't give a shit what you're doing. Excuse my language. I talked about this a long time ago, when you pull up to a stoplight and there's, 5 or 6 different cars at the stoplight, you can almost guarantee that all 5 or 6 of those cars are financed and people are making payments on those stupid cars. I don't want to be the 7th person to pull in with a car payment. I want to be the 7th person that's not in that crew. I'm in the debt-free crew. I don't have to make car payments. Be that person that doesn't have to make car payments, okay? Live below your means. People at the stoplight don't care about you. They don't care what kind of car you drive or what kind of purse you carry or what kind of jewelry you have or whatever else, is your flex. People have different flexes. Some people, their flex is going to Starbucks every day. I don't know. People have different flexes. Stop flexing. No one cares. No one cares. No one's paying attention. And then invest consistently. Investing is important. This is where you start to build your wealth. So the earlier you start, the more you'll grow. So start now. If you haven't already started, start today. Reach out to a financial investor or a financial advisor, or start researching online what companies will make it easiest for you to invest. Do this right now. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't even wait until later today. Do it right now. Take 5-10 minutes and just start researching. Go to Ramsey Solutions and find a financial advisor in your area. That's step 1. And then tomorrow, maybe you call that financial advisor and set up a meeting. That's step 2. And then step 3, you go there and you put some money in an account and start your investing. Do it today. Start today. And then last, and maybe most importantly, is to take responsibility. No one else is going to make you rich. No one. There's no one in the world that is going to make you rich. It's going to be you. You are responsible. You have to do this on your own. Sometimes we have to lean on each other and ask for help, and that's perfectly okay. You are still responsible. You're responsible for asking for help. You're responsible for figuring out how to get by, how to invest more, how to do all of these things to help you become wealthy. Okay. Now, most people will stay broke just because they refuse to face these truths, honestly. You're different because you're watching this video and you're learning and you're figuring different stuff out. Maybe you're researching. Maybe you already know this and you've just forgotten and gotten off the path. So just start today. It's really time. It's time to put yourself first. And it's also time to invest in yourself today so that you can make a difference for others tomorrow. I thank you so much for stopping by today. I sure hope you could give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell so you know when the next video comes out. I thank you so much. Y'all have a great one.